Hello everyone. We are going to start with a very simple video which will give you a basic idea about two things. The first one is what is the prime reason behind student failure in performance management, and the second thing is how we are going to address these issues in crash course, right? So let's start with this. In management, there are three basic reasons why I believe the students fail. The first one is the prime reason, and that means that students are unable to cover the whole syllabus and lack of practice, right? because because there are a lot of chapters. If you see the number of topics in performance management, there are a lot of different topics which you have, and all the topics have its own technicalities, right? So that's basically the area where I believe that in 3 months the students don't focus a lot on their timetable, how they are going to cover the overall syllabus, how much practice they need to do, and ultimately they end up in lack of practice or being unable to do a good practice of all the papers, right? All the topics, right? And then the second one is the most important, is another major reason that students are unable to write the answers properly, specifically in the constructive response questions where students are supposed to write the performance regarding the performance measurement of company. It can be from variances, it can be from performance measurement, it can be from budgeting. These are three sections which are generally asked with respect to writing of with respect to specific scenarios. So their writing skills are quite poor. And then obviously there's a lack of practice in terms of MCQs. They don't practice a lot for MCQs, and ultimately they don't understand how to answer some basic MCQ related questions, right? So how we can improve that? Students are supposed to cover the whole syllabus. Number one, that is a key area. The second one is students have to write the answer of variances in performance measurement. That is extremely important. Let me include budgeting here also, because budgeting is something which is also an area where students may struggle if such question comes in their paper. So, so these are so these are few areas where students need to write their answers in the sense, uh, in part A, let's suppose you solve the whole variances question, and in part B you are supposed to write the answer for complete 8 marks, and you should understand how much you are supposed to write for 8 marks. That's also something which is extremely important, right? And I believe the most, and then there's another important point is that you need to get the feedback, because if you are writing, you won't be able to understand what are the problems where you are lacking. You have to ask, you should ask someone else to check your answers and give you the feedback, right? And the last and the most important thing is you have to practice, 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 and do a lot of practice, right? So what we will be doing in our crash courses, I will provide you with how to do the MTQs of specifically costing methods and some other topics as well. I think linear programming is there, so risk and uncertainty, linear programming. So topics where MTQ has been examined, I've included that in crash course, right? And then we will do past paper questions of decision making, variances, performance measurement, and budgeting. So all past paper questions, right? Not MTQs, the questions, right? Then you will be allowed to have an access of 2 days webinar, which I generally do in my regular batch. So you can join that as well. And we will do it for specifically MCQs, right? We will do a quick recap and do MCQs. You are allowed to send me your answer script so I can check three answer scripts of you, where it can be variances, it can be performance measurement, right? I believe variances and performance measurement are more important. Mock papers will be available to you, and you will be given debrief videos. And in case you want me to check your answer scripts for mock papers, I can do that as well. And videos of most important topics, like those are important topics like shadow pricing is important. Generally, those students don't understand that. Risk and uncertainty is important. Transfer pricing is important. So the important topics which I believe which are generally problem for student, I have also included in the crash course. So that's basically what you guys will be getting in your crash course under KKTL platform. So that's basically a brief discussion of what will be available to you. Hopefully, you will join the crash course. Best of luck. Thank you. Bye bye.